One more sleep. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com, and it's just one more sleep, Bengals fans, before Super Bowl 56 here in Los Angeles. It is Saturday morning here in Los Angeles, and boy, oh boy, has it been a wild week. Make sure, and you're probably, if you're watching all of our videos, sick of me saying it, but make sure you go back and check out everything we've had over the past 2 weeks leading up to Super Bowl 56, from Dave Lapham, ESPN's Ben Baby. We've had so many different guests that have joined the show. We heard from Andrew Hawkins. Elise Jesse talked with the Whitworths, one on both Whits, Andrew Whitworth and Melissa Whitworth. So a ton that has got you up to this moment, including an awesome comment I thought from Jamar Chase on Friday, if you missed that one. But now it's time. It's time for the keys to victory. It's time for my official prediction for Super Bowl 56. So without further ado, let's dive into this. Obviously, key number one is the same key that it's been against the AFC title game against the Chiefs, against the Titans, even in the wild card round against the Las Vegas Raiders. Protect Joe Burrow. Can they find a way, and it's really unrealistic this week to think they're going to stop Aaron Donald and Von Miller and Leonard Floyd, and there's a lot of interior pieces of that Rams defensive line besides those three guys that can wreak havoc and make it tough. And I certainly expect the Rams to move Aaron Donald around. I think he's going to play against the Kima Deniji or Jackson Carman at guard, and that's something that was interesting. Zach Taylor on Friday confirmed Jackson Carman good to go. Much like C.J. Uzomah, good to go. Jackson Carman's been dealing with a back injury. Will he start at right guard, or will it be a Kima Deniji? I'm afraid it's not going to matter. And if it doesn't matter, that means that Aaron Donald is just unblockable and is really tough to stop. And even if you double him, it's going to take a second and he's going to get through it. And so what type of game plan do the Bengals put together? We know that this offensive line isn't good. Kevin Zeitler in his prime is not walking through that door. Clint Bowling isn't coming back for Super Bowl 56. They know who they have in the offensive line in the trenches matched up against Aaron Donald and company. So how do they respond? What game plan do they put together? I think that's huge. So can you give Burrow enough time? You're not going to give him 4 seconds every play. I get that. You're not going to be able to do a bunch of 7-step drops and he's going to be able to do a couple hitches and then throw it. No. It's going to be a quick game. It's going to be a lot of screens, and I think that that's a big part of it, the screen game. Can they get that going? I certainly think that's part of Zach Taylor's game plan, part of Brian Callahan's game plan ahead of Sunday's matchup. And then as far as the offense goes, outside of keeping Joe Burrow upright, which goes without saying, you need to find a way to get the ball to your playmakers in space. And that goes without saying, right? But that could be difficult with Jalen Ramsey, depending on how they use him. Will he travel with Chase? Will he not? If it's one-on-one, the Bengals are comfortable with Chase versus Ramsey. And certainly they're comfortable throwing to T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. Me personally, I think this is going to be a pretty big Tyler Boyd game. I don't think the Rams are going to be able to keep up with him. I think he's built for this type of stage. Not that Chase isn't or that T. Higgins isn't. I just think that the focus is going to be on those guys to try to take them away. And that's the beauty of the Bengals offense. They have so many different weapons. Also expect Joe Mixon to be big in the screen game, like I mentioned. Chris Evans, I don't know. Samaje Perine had that big touchdown in the AFC title game. We might not see him, but I think Chris Evans could certainly make a difference in Super Bowl 56. If you're looking for this under-the-radar X-Factor type of player, certainly could be him. And as far as defense goes, the Bengals 100% absolutely have to get some heat on Matthew Stafford. Why? Because he's turnover-prone. 19 turnovers, 17 interceptions in the regular season. He should have thrown an interception in the NFC title game in the fourth quarter with the game on the line. Tart drops it. Rams go on to win the game. You can't drop him. Put pressure on him. Get to the quarterback. Make him uncomfortable at times. And the key to getting pressure on him, by the way, is with 4. With Trey Hendrickson, right? You're going to need DJ Reader to be a man in the middle there. And I get it. He's more of a nose. He's not going to be in there in a lot of passing downs, but he's got a couple moves, and he can get some heat on opposing quarterbacks. So you need that to happen. As far as defensively, you're going to have to take advantage of it. You force him to make a couple mistakes, which he's prone to making, and take advantage of it. The Buccaneers didn't do it in the divisional round. They dropped an interception in the end zone, and the 49ers didn't do it in the NFC Championship game, and it cost them, because otherwise we would probably be seeing the third trifecta, the Bengals 49ers, in the Super Bowl. Instead, it's Bengals Rams for the first time. And this defense has so many times won the turnover battle. And the Bengals offense, even in Tennessee, when things were going, it was just hell for Joe Burrow. He was smart with the football. And obviously that's key. It's a huge key. And I think that this Bengals defense is capable of forcing a turnover or two. And if they do that and the Bengals take care of the ball, it's going to go a long way toward them winning. So let's get to my prediction, because it's been a wild season full of different predictions, 20 predictions total, regular season and postseason. I'm 11-9, 3-0 in the playoffs here, and we'll see if I can get to 4-0. We'll see if the Bengals can do what they've never done. World champions, Super Bowl, right? And so that's why I'm going to pick them. I have the Bengals. I think they're going to do it 23-20 for a couple of reasons. One, Evan McPherson, he's money from 55+ if you need him to be, and I think he's going to. I think he's going to have 3 field goals in this game, a couple long field goals. He'll break Adam Vinatieri's record, by the way, for most field goals in a postseason. If he has 3 made field goals, is a perfect 12 for 12. So that's such a weapon, right? That's 9 points right there of the 23 that I'm predicting. And I think that the Bengals, they're going to have a couple big plays, but they're going to play it smart and win with their defense. This defense is capable of slowing down Cooper Kupp. This defense is capable of slowing down Cam Akers and Odell Beckham Jr. We've seen it. I think they do it again. And I know they're not favored. I understand all that. I understand everything that goes into it. At the same time, as an underdog, Joe Burrow is an underdog, 3 points or more. He's covering every time. That's what he does. And he's played in these big games. He's Mr. Joe Cool. You see him with the sunglasses. We played a clip of him on Friday. Make sure you check out that video. I think this team is poised. They're calm. They're not going to be overwhelmed. And the pressure is on the Rams. The Rams were built to make this run. The pressure is on them to get it done now. The Bengals, while they don't feel the pressure, I think they're like, yeah, now that we're here, we got to get it. We know that we're capable of making this run, and we're capable of finishing this run, even against the team that was constructed the way the Rams were, with a bunch of stars. And you know, the top-end talent of this Rams team is certainly really, really high. But I think the Bengals, I think they have their number. I like the matchups overall. I think they'll do enough to prevent Aaron Donald from wrecking the game. He's going to have an impact. Don't let him wreck the game. Same thing goes for Von Miller. It's not going to be high scoring. I like the under in this game if you're going to mybookie.ag and using promo code BengalsTalk to get a 100% deposit match. But overall, I think they're going to handle business against Aaron Donald, get after Matt Stafford enough, win the turnover battle, and ultimately win the game 23-20. We will be at SoFi Stadium covering the Super Bowl, so make sure you keep it locked right here, because there's a ton coming your way every single day this week. It has been awesome to see some Bengals fans. Ran into some as they were getting into town throughout the days, and I'm sure over the next day and a half, plenty will file in ahead of the big game at SoFi Stadium. So for Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien. I will talk to you on game day. Again, my prediction for Super Bowl 56, Bengals 23, Rams 20.